In this video, I will share my experience of the collective delusion that was the resurgence of Otaku Japanese culture around the year of 2020. I don't know about you, but I know people who try to refuge in an imagined Japan built entirely in their own minds. That's right, a kind of isekai where it's possible to be optimistic about life. I don't know why they did it, especially since they have never even visited Japan. They created a pop Japanese world based on what they saw on TV, magazines, and comics. They even started to take refuge in the 80 and 90 universe as if it were the golden memories of their own past. As a child, I was first exposed to Japanese pop culture through Dragon Ball, and as a teenager, Naruto. Then, at most 30, I discovered Hunter x Hunter for the first time, but this time the influence hit much harder. I started listening to synth pop and other old school Japanese music, and I also began studying Japanese and drawing. I believe this phenomenon didn't happen just to me, but had something of a collective nature. If I were to venture a theory, I would say that around 2020, people got really fed up with the decline of today's society. As for my opinion that today's society is a mess, well, that's just how I feel. You don't have to take the word of some guy on the internet. I'm not even sure if I will get on this topic at all. Maybe in part because of TikTok rise, the internet kind of had a reboot, and Japanese music and animation from the 80s and 90s started circulation again. This made people latch onto the trend, especially since that era in Japan conveyed this unshakable optimistic spirit. So consuming that kind of content became a sort of inspiration, almost like therapy for these times. I would like to know what native Japanese people think about all this. A side effect of this desire to discover the past is that I developed this paranoia about needing to store music and videos on physical hard drives. In other words, I no longer wanted to rely on streaming service. I decided to collect the physical original if possible, or if not, store them in the highest digital quality I could find. This became part of my effort to create a more interesting narrative for my life, a defense against the degradation of modern media. What some might have seen as an otaku obsession is actually becoming a great way to live, but it's not that simple. As Brazilians, we have a very limiting cultural heritage when it comes to learning language. Today, I continued my Japanese studies by learning how to talk about food. I think that it would be easier to master a conversation on a specific topic since it required less vocabulary to understand. I chose food because it's a simple subject and most people enjoy talking about it. I'm focusing on learning conversation skills. To do that, I have been studying grammar and enjoying voice calls on HelloTalk app. I still can't communicate fluently in Japanese, but English is what saved me in those conversations. I'm using a little cheat sheet, a small manual I have made to help with my memory during the voice calls. I was surprised by the comments on my first video on this channel because I didn't think I would be able to get this kind of response so quickly. I'm really grateful for that.